Hot news: Trump says fake news drove Sarah Sanders from the White House briefing room. Daily Mail said Tuesday that journalists reporting rudely and inaccurately about Press Secretary Sarah Sanders has led her to appear less and less from the White House briefing room podium. The reason Sarah Sanders does not go to the podium much anymore is that the press covers her so rudely inaccurately, in particular certain members of the press, Trump tweeted. I told her not to bother, the word gets out anyway. Most will never cover. A White House aide told DailyMail.com that Trump was annoyed with Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley for saying an hour earlier that Sanders would absolutely return to the briefing room whenever she wants to. The president had no problem stepping on him in a tweet, the aide said, adding that Gidley had been expected to blame biased reporting for Sanders' infrequent in-person briefings. President Donald Trump said the reason his press secretary Sarah Sanders no longer regularly briefs reporters is because they cover the occasions rudely and inaccurately. Trump insisted that fake news is to blame for Sanders' absence from the podium. She hasn't briefed. Sanders began her tenure in mid-2017 with daily briefings that have since trickled off and become rare events. Sanders' deputy Hogan Gidley, who was her father Mike Huckabee's presidential campaign press secretary, said Tuesday on Fox News that she would absolutely brief reporters again. Gidley had put a softer spin on Sanders' absence from the briefings, saying an hour earlier that Trump himself speaks to the press so often that his chief spokeswoman doesn't need to. The press deputy, a former presidential campaign spokesman for Sanders' father Mike Huckabee, also told Fox Friends viewers that White House reporters often demand a briefing from Sanders, only then to complain that they would rather hear from the president. Sarah Sanders will absolutely be back to the podium talking to the press and delivering the message to the American people, Gidley said, adding she's going to come back when she finds a reason to do that. Speaking to Fox News from the briefing room, Gidley claimed that the media often tell us when Sarah Sanders stands right behind me at this podium, why? It's kind of ridiculous. You can't win for Sanders, like other high-profile White House spokespersons, often speaks to the press on the north driveway of the White House after she finishes television interviews. Those interactions, according to presidential historian Martha Joint Kumar, who conducts her research in the White House alongside reporters, Trump has been the second most accessible president in modern history, trailing only Bill Clinton in the number of direct interactions he has with the press. President Trump has become his own most frequent spokesman, speaking to reporters nearly every time he leaves the White House on Marine One. Historian Martha Joint Kumar reports that in modern times, only President Bill Clinton has had more direct interactions with reporters. This tweet was from the Sanders, too, has to wade through a phalanx of journalists whenever she leaves the West Wing in the background to walk to stationary TV cameras near the White House's North Lawn. From Inauguration Day through January 10, Kumar reports, Trump spoke with reporters on 577 separate occasions. That includes one. Trump has conducted just 40 press conferences, however, the fewest of any president since Ronald Reagan, at this point in his first term. Gidley said on Tuesday that it's Trump's consistent exposure, not the media's treatment of his boss Sanders, that has kept her out of the spotlight that lured her predecessor Sean Spicer on a daily basis. Sometimes we need to come to the podium to communicate things and sometimes we don't. A lot of times, he's the most accessible president in history. And most of the comments below have not been moderated. By posting your comment you agree to our. Do you want to automatically post your Mail Online comments to your Facebook timeline? Your comment will be posted to Mail Online as usual. Do you want to automatically post your Mail Online comments to your Facebook timeline? Your comment will be posted to Mail Online as usual. We will automatically post your comment and a link to the news story to your Facebook timeline at the same time it is posted on Mail Online. To do this you can choose on each post whether you would like it to be posted to Facebook. Your details from published by Associated Newspapers Limited. Part of the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday Metro Media Group.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.